Welcome back to a Pearl and Every Cowslips here. We are teaching CLE's Language Arts 700, Book 4. It's recorded live right here in the classroom as I teach. It's pretty raw. I hope you enjoy. Okay, lesson 7, 7th grade. Participial phrases. What is a participle? Do you remember?
Yes. It's a thing that...
It's a verb form used by an adjective.
A verb form that functions as an adjective. And it often ends with participles. Often end with ing. And it's a verb form used as an adjective. So instead of the verb sweep, what would we have?
Sweeping.
Sweeping. So sweeping could be used as an adjective. The sweeping girl.
Or
The one who was
the
sweeping.
swept floor.
The swept floor.
Oh.
That works, the swept floor. Swept is a participle too. It's not always going to end with ing. It could end with t. It could end with ed. But it's a form that looks like a verb, but actually when you use it in the sentence, it becomes an adjective. Can you find the participle in this first sentence? Licking her lips, Nancy chased the chickens.
Licking her lip.
Licking her lips. And the participle is?
Licking.
Licking. And what word does it modify?
Lips.
No?
Nessie.
Her.
Licking. Nessie.
Nessie.
Participial phrases always must be joined directly to the word they modify. So if they come first in the sentence, they better modify the very next word. And if they come in the middle of the sentence or at the end of the sentence, they better modify the word that comes directly before them. This is the rule with adjective phrases and clauses because they're functioning as adjectives. Where's the participial in the second sentence?
Smiling from across the room.
Smiling from across the room. And who does it modify?
The girl.
The girl. And the participle itself is
Smiling.
smiling. Good. This is a complete participle phrase, but let's just talk about the participle. We saw the boy nearly dying with laughter.
With
Dying.
laughter.
Dying with laughter.
Dying with laughter?
Nearly.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. Nearly dying with laughter. And what's the participle?
Nearly.
Boy.
Dying.
Dying. And what does it modify?
Boy.
Boy.
Always will modify the word that comes right before it because it's an adjective. We saw the boy nearly dying
What
with
does that
laughter.
mean?
Now, we don't have any more really in today's lesson. We don't have to diagram them. We don't have to say what these things are. They're prepositional phrases. Because you're not big enough yet. Tomorrow you'll be big enough and we'll talk about how to do those other things. But this is all the more we have today. We do have misplaced modifiers because you can misplace these things and make hilarious sentences. I think that's one of the funniest pictures that you're going to find in this language arts book is what the picture you have there on page 21.
Yeah.
The birds has to be on the thingy, not the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sitting
Or
on
they
the-
on telephone pole.
Sitting on the telephone lines, the boys aim their slingshots at the birds. See, we could do the same thing with one of these sentences. If we take this sentence right here. The girl caught my eye smiling from across the room. You see? If we move this smiling from across the room out here to after I, the girl caught my eye smiling from across the room. And that makes your eye over there on the other side of the room with a big smiley face on it smiling at you. Right? You see why? The rule is it always needs to modify the word that comes directly before it. So make sure you don't get these things the wrong place. One of my favorite ones is from one of the other English courses, but we sold the puppy to the man with long ears.
We said the puppy was on you to the man.
Yeah, we sold the puppy with long ears to the man. That's not a participial phrase, but it's a misplaced phrase. All right, carry on with your work.
Okay, could you do the first one?
Let's do it.
Label the participles.
Label the participle, underline the participle phrase. Number 1, she regretted her words spoken hastily and angrily.
It's spoken hastily.
Perfect. Underline it. Label the participle. What are you going to label?
Words.
No, the participle itself. The
Oh, spoken.
spoken. And draw an arrow to each phrase, from each phrase to the word it modifies.
Words.
To modify words. Number 2, the rope worn through should be replaced before it snaps. What's the phrase?
Worn through.
Worn through. What's the participle itself?
Worn.
Worn, and what's it modify?
Road.
All right.